Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lung Pamay, and in this video I'll be showing you how to deploy Office solutions using Click Once. In upcoming videos I'll also demonstrate an alternate way to deploy Office solutions using Windows Installer, which is not an option if you're using community version. When you deploy a solution using Click Once, you publish it to a central location or shared drives where a user can install it and run it. You can update the solution without having to distribute a new setup program to users. This option is much simpler, but you can show custom pages, which I'm gonna demo in a bit. Also, the solution must be installed multiple times on a computer that has more than one user. So guys, before we get started, if you haven't, please do not forget to subscribe for latest updates and to support my channel. Let's get started. First, I'm going to demonstrate how to deploy a workbook or a document level application, and then we'll move on to how to deploy add-ins, Excel add-ins, for example. So for that, I'm going to create a new project. From here, you can search Excel workbook, and I'm going to select this one. You can also select Word document if you want, for an example. And then let's call this, I'll just call this Excel app. And I'm gonna place this in YouTube directory and create. So we'll just create a basic application so that it doesn't consume too much time. Let me quickly add ribbon. I'm gonna bring the designer, and let's add a new tab. I'm gonna bring in the group and maybe the label just for now. We'll just call this version 1.0, and I think that's it. I'm gonna try and bring this up. Control F5. Just to make sure the application loads. Okay, so here's our tab and version 1.0. Okay, I think we can just rename the tab as well, call it Excel app, just to keep it consistent. So now deploying or publishing is very simple. Just need to go here to properties, or you can just press F4 to get there. Since we are looking for deployment first, you'll have to sign it. By default, this temporary key has already been created. If you want, you can create a new key as well, or you can select existing one as well if you do have a trusted certificate already generated. Here I'm just gonna put a password. Okay, and then you can select the algorithm type. I'm just gonna leave that as default. And then here you can like assign the assembly as well by selecting whatever key you want. Okay, I'm gonna select the first one, or anyone, doesn't matter. And now I'm gonna save it and go to publish. So here a couple of things. First, let's say the prerequisites. Based on your requirements, you'll have to select what is going to be the prerequisites. So when the user install your application, it's automatically going to install. At the moment, this framework has been automatically checked, this as well, right? VSTO. And then here you can choose to download from the website, from the vendor site, or you can also download in the same computer and you can deploy it all together, or you can specify a location. So normally this one is preferred. They will need to have an internet for that when they deploy it. And okay, and then for updates, for now I'm gonna select this to check for updates every time the workbook is open. Okay, and otherwise you can also specify never check, or you can check after certain intervals. And then the last one, the option here, the publisher. So if I quickly go to my control panel and then okay, here. So for example, this is Office, right? This is the name of the app. This is the publisher, the size, and installed on. So here you can specify, for example, VBA A to Z, and this is gonna be the product name. I'm just gonna leave it as default, and maybe here I'm just gonna paste my YouTube link. Okay, and then in office settings as well, you can just leave it as default. If you want the app name to reflect differently, you can just change it here. Okay, maybe like this, and just click OK for that. And now the last thing is for the, so in case you're trying this out in your personal computer and you do not have a shared drive, you can just construct it yourself as well. For example, I'm just trying to deploy it here. This is the name of the computer, // so for example, if I bring this up in a notepad, first is, let's say this is your C drive, right? Or you can also do / localhost C drive, and then with the $sign like this. Okay, so for example, if I run this now, it's gonna open up my C drive like this. Okay, or you can just go with the name of your computer. In this case, you can directly like if you run this, it's gonna bring up your users. Okay, from here you can specify, go in further. For example, currently I'm in this location, so you can just set up like the network drive in this fashion. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this link and I'm gonna paste it here in publish for this as well, or you can just leave it blank. And now I can save everything. Before I can publish, let me make sure that I rebuild and have all the changes covered. Okay, so rebuild, everything successful. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just publish. Okay, and here I get the prompt. You can click next. I'm just gonna leave that one, which is already specified here, or you can specify alternate location, and then this is the information that we've selected. Click finish. So it has published all the files successfully. Once you go into applications folder, you'll see again the same application folder with the version, and then within that you'll see all the related files, be it manifest or like the file itself and other DLL related files for deployment. And then you can run this for installation, or you can just double click this as well. For example, to demonstrate, I'm just gonna run this. So the window that the user will see is this. Okay, and then if you select the publisher which are verified, it will be specified here, and then you click on install. Okay, that's pretty simple like that. And now if I go to my programs and refresh, so here is the publisher installed on, and then this is the name of our app, and then here's the help link that we added earlier, and then like update information. This is where it's gonna update from. Okay, so for example, first let me open this app. So if you look here, here's our version 1.0. Okay, let me make some updates and republish it. Okay, and then we'll see if the changes are automatically updated. So first I'll save it, and then I'll rebuild the application. Okay, rebuild won't succeed. Okay, everything's good. So now I'm gonna go here and publish. You can also go here and do it's the same, or you can go to properties and just publish it. Okay, completing operation requested. Okay, and then I'm gonna go here, and then I'm just gonna clean the solution, the app. And now I'm just gonna open the file. This time I'm not installing it. You'll observe that it checks for application. See, updating the office customization. And then here's our version 1.1. Let me do one more try. Save changes, rebuild. and then publish it. And then I'm gonna go here and clean it. It might not matter much for document level apps, but so you see it's really fast. And then here's for 1.2. Okay, so I've already published in our in the blog a long time ago about how to deploy this, as well as how to do like post update. For example, like this is, just imagine this is in the shared drive. The users are not going to come and run the file from here. They're going to copy, they can just copy the file to their desktop here or any of the folder, and then they should be able to run it like this. But then if they do, this file that they put in the like in their folder are not going to be updated once the server, once you republish updates. Okay, so for that there are steps to like make some post deployment like updates to users drives. So just check out that link in the video description. It will guide you further on that. Okay, and if you want to know where this gets installed, then you go to, so I just ran local app data and then apps. Okay, from there you'll see that it's installed in that folder. Or when you run your just give me 1 second. So all the related files which will not make sense will be installed here, but just for your information, that's where you'll look for. And now we can go ahead for the Addin. I'm just gonna save this and close this. Okay, so if you have to uninstall it, you'll just go like any other software, you just go here and uninstall it. Okay, and you see like it did not uninstall this from the user desktop, so you'll have to do the post deployment so that it like updates the file as well as deletes the file upon uninstallation. Now let's try for Excel add-in. I'll just create a dummy one again. Excel add-in. I'm gonna choose this one, not the web add-in, but Excel VSTO add-in. Click next. Let's call this Excel add-in app, something like this, and same directory, create. It's quite fast. And now similarly here as well, I'm just gonna add a ribbon. Okay, and let's add a new tab here as well, and new group. Let's call this group as deploy demo. That's version 1.0 message box. And the tab, let's call the tab something else. Okay, let me just try and launch this. So when you're developing an Excel add-in, the studio automatically like registers this because it's different from a workbook. Okay, it needs to be registered. I'm just gonna quickly show that as well. In the meantime, we'll let it load this. Okay, so here's our app and check version 1.0. Okay, now if I quickly start my edit reg, so that is reg edit. Okay, registry editor, and then here you'll see that it automatically, so from Enki current user, and then software, Microsoft, and coming on the VSTO, you can actually see here at the bottom the path, and you should be able to see Excel Addin app here. This is what it is just registered. Okay, that is why, you know, like when you have to deploy it, you'll have to remove it from here, and then we'll have to do that, install it separately post cleaning our project. Now I'm gonna do the same activity that we did for our workbook. I'm gonna go here to signing. Here is the key. You can directly select this and just, you know, like sign it, and then coming to publish, I'll just do the same activity, but this time I'm gonna put Excel Addin. I'm gonna put inside this folder. This as well, and the prerequisites, I'm gonna leave all this as it is. Again, just check whatever is relevant for your project and click OK. For updates, we'll have it check again every time it opens up. And for the options, again, publisher, I'm gonna just put it VBA A to Z. And then I'm just gonna put paste the same link here and click on OK. Okay, so save everything, and then I'm gonna rebuild this. Okay, so rebuild all succeeded. So that is our first version. Okay, if you go in here, you'll see version 1.0. Okay, build has been complete. Now I'm gonna publish it. Okay, you can go here and publish now as well, and you should see the files here. So similarly, like we've seen earlier, it has, you know, like same deployment files, manifest, and then all related information in the application folder, and then the setup file, and then the deployment manifest. Okay, now since we are, you know, like doing the development in STEM machine where we're going to deploy as well, so what I'm going to do now, instead of installing it right now, I'm going to first make multiple versions, and then I'm going to clean the solution, and then I'm going to install it. Okay, for that, first I'm going to clean the solution or the app, and then I'm gonna come here and make it version 2.0, and then I'm gonna rebuild this, and I'm gonna publish it. So this is a second publish. Now if we go in here to this particular folder where we publish it, you'll see one more version is there. Okay, like this. Now I'm gonna do the same activity one more time, clean, and then I'm gonna make changes. I'm gonna save it, I'm gonna rebuild, and then publish. This will be our third version. Okay, so everything succeeded. So there are now 3 versions. Okay, first, if I go back here and just press F5, you'll still see that this is still there, our Excel Addin app. If I go in back here and clean the app and refresh it, it's gone. Okay, so now the registration that was done using the publish, or, you know, like as a part of our build and debugging, has been removed now. Now I'm gonna close this solution, install it now. So this is the Excel Addin that we published. Now I'm gonna run this. Okay, install, it's done. If we go and see here, so this is the one we installed, Excel Addin app, and then publisher. And if we start up Excel, it should automatically be there. So here's our, okay, if I click here, 3.0. Now that was the latest one we published. Now let's say that you have an updated, you know, like version. let's say this was the like the updated version, you can go into any of this application folder. The same applies when you are doing like rollbacks. You want to go back to the prior versions. What you need to do, you just need to copy this deployment manifest and you can paste it here. You can just replace this file. So this file basically points to which version is to be updated. Okay, now I'm gonna replace this. Okay, and I'm gonna just restart my Excel. Okay, so it updated, as you can see. If I click here, it's version 1.0. Okay, now let's say that you publish another version, which is this one. I'm gonna go back to the root folder. I'm gonna paste it here and replace this one. Okay, so this is the one that is pointing. And now if I start up my Excel again, it's gonna update and it's gonna be 2.0. Okay, so that is pretty much it, what I want to show in this video. Again, check the video description. There will be like much more information that you can do, like post deployment. Once they uninstall the app, what is going to happen, that sort of behavior can be controlled from your post post install or uninstall action that you can include, like the additional functions or class that you can include. Okay, so that will be all for this video. I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions, do comment below and then I'll try to come back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye bye.